Hey guys, what's going on? Sam Bosworth here. Today I'm making a little pickup video for games I picked up in the last sort of month or so. I recently went down to Birmingham with my girlfriend to visit her parents and I picked up a lot of stuff there, so let's get into it. Now I collect for the PSP, it's probably my favourite thing to collect for. I've been collecting for it for about 6 months, but only the past couple of months have I been taking it more seriously. And while I was in Birmingham, I hit 5 different CEX stores that we have here in the UK, and the prices can be hit and miss, but at the minute they're really trying to get rid of all the PSP stock, so I did alright there. So let's get into the games I picked up from there. First of all, we've got Ridge Racer 2. Absolutely fantastic racing game for the PSP. Racing games are one of my favourite genres of game, in general anyway. But this is absolutely fantastic. I can't see a big difference between Ridge Racer 1 and Ridge Racer 2, maybe a slight graphical improvement and new cars and stuff like that, different tracks, but definitely a fantastic game and one I would recommend. I'm just going to power through some UMD games I picked up, UMD videos I picked up while I was down there as well, because I like getting them. They're usually about 25 or 50p from CEX stores when you can find them. So I picked up The Matrix, obviously a fantastic film, nothing more to say about that. Donnie Darko, absolute classic. American History X, turbulent film, kind of accurate for the times we're going through right now with everything in Charlottesville, but let's not get political in a game video. And Family Guy Blue Harvest. Every single one of those is 50 pence, so I couldn't really say no to those. Next we have Need for Speed Shift. This is actually the second copy of this I picked up by accident, but it is in much better condition than the one I have now, so I couldn't resist it. It is complete. Another fantastic driving game. Haven't had the chance to play it yet, but I've seen videos of it online and I know it's great, so really looking forward to getting into that one. Next up by THQ, we've got Warhammer 40,000 Squad Command. I'm really looking forward to getting into this. I haven't had a chance to play it yet, but I love Command and Conquer and all that kind of stuff. And although I've never collected Warhammer myself, because it's still super expensive and I have really shaky hands because of a disability, so painting that stuff would be a nightmare for me, but I really like the look of that sort of stuff, so really looking forward to getting into this one. It looks really fun on the back. You'll probably be seeing a close-up of the case right now anyway. Really nice art on the front as well, which I always love since I display some of these games on my shelves and stuff like that. So yeah, really looking forward to checking that one out. World Snooker Challenge 2005. This was like 50p. It doesn't look like it's ever been played. I imagine there's a reason for that, but I'm super into snooker, so looking forward to giving that a little go. It might be fun just for car rides or whatever, just like to have a quick game of that, just something to do, you know. Again, I really enjoy snooker because I'm sad, so I look forward to playing that. Next up we have Monster Hunter Freedom and Monster Hunter Freedom Unite. I don't know what the difference is between these two. If you do know the difference, then please leave me a comment down below. I should really Google it, I suppose, and check it out. They both look sick either way. Monster Hunter games are always good fun. And I think I paid £2 for one and £4 for the other, so I couldn't really say no to that. Like I say, CEX's prices aren't incredible, but they are trying to get rid of their PSP stock at the minute, so you do get some good deals on that. So I'll be looking forward to getting into these two. If you like the Monster Hunter games, do leave me a comment down below and let me know why and which one I should dive into, whether it's the Freedom or Freedom Unite. I imagine Unite's probably just got some DLC or something, or extra monsters that Freedom doesn't have. But again, I have no idea, so do let me know. Next up, we've got Patapon 2, obviously a fantastic game, one of the main big games on the PSP, made by Sony, first party game. So it's for those of you that don't know, it's a rhythm-based game where you control like 4 or 5 little guys, and you have to like hit the buttons in a certain rhythm to get them to do different fighting tactics or marching and stuff like that. Really, really fun game. I'll show you a little clip of it up here just so you can kind of get an idea of what I mean. But it's just different from anything else, really. There's not anything else out there like this, apart from Patapon 1, obviously, and I really like these games. I've played the first one all the way through, so looking forward to getting into this one. Next up, we have Beta Rater, which I've been informed is atrocious, and that is probably true, but it was 50p, and I used to like this game on the PS1 called like DJ something or other, or CD, DJ, I can't remember. When I was like 10, I used to love playing that and like making different beats and stuff, and obviously now I'm a professional musician, I do this stuff for a living. So it's good fun, so I thought I'd just give this a go. 50p, can't really go wrong with that. Next up we have the game that has been stopping me from playing all these other games because I've spent about 20 hours in this since I got it, Final Fantasy II. I never played the Final Fantasy series the first time round because I didn't have the consoles and I wasn't even born when these games were released. I don't think this came out in the 80s, potentially. No, maybe not. I have no idea. But either way, when it did come out, I wasn't really into these kind of games. I didn't like RPGs, but I've been getting super into them lately, like playing anyone I can get my hand on, especially JRPGs. So yeah, I've had a lot of fun in this. It's an absolutely fantastic game. The story is good, the gameplay is good, the RPG elements, the storage stuff, how you do your magic and that, characters. I just love everything about it. So if you haven't played this game, I would seriously recommend that you do. It is a lot of fun. Next up, we have Dissidia. I don't know how you say that. It's probably Dissidia. Final Fantasy, made by Square Enix, of course. So for those of you who don't know, because I didn't when I picked this up, I just saw it for a couple of quid and couldn't say no. This is actually a fighting game, but not the traditional one where there's two of you facing each other and you fight like that. It's over a 3D space. It's a lot of fun to play. I don't know all the characters from it because, again, I didn't play all the Final Fantasies first time through, but I'm trying to crack that now. But it's a lot of fun. It comes with like a double-sided cover, which is cool. So as you can see, that's the other side of it there, but I like the darker one. But it's a lot of fun, and I would seriously recommend you check it out if you're into fighting games, because over a 3D space really changes how you fight and stuff. And the character models are really cool, and just I like everything about it. And the cover art is sick as well, as you'll have seen in the close-up. So yep, would recommend you check that one out. Next, we have Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. I've been looking for this game for such a long time. I was really glad to see it. I actually found about 6 different copies of the special edition while I was down in Birmingham. And I've only played about a couple of hours of this so far, but what I have played I've really enjoyed. I really like the idea of Final Fantasy characters crossed with Disney and stuff like that. So I never played a Birth by Sleep game before, and I've been really enjoying this. It also comes with a book, which I'll do a close-up of like with all the art and stuff from the game, like different characters, and it's really cool, as well as some art cards and stuff like that. So I'll show you a close-up of these anyway. You're probably looking at it right now, but yeah, I just wanted to give you a quick look at that. But yeah, this was a little more pricey. I think I paid £15 for this, which is a lot for a PSP game, but I didn't think I'd see this special edition again. I was wrong, obviously. I've seen it numerous times since. But I was effectively on holiday, and when you're on holiday, you just spend your money like it's nothing, don't you? I certainly do. So I couldn't resist picking that up. Next, we've got Final Fantasy IV. This is actually the version from the special edition, but they've obviously took it as a trade-in, just as it is. So I got the booklet, and then a couple of the cards that are supposed to come with it, like these art cards, but I don't think that everything's there. I think it's supposed to be a book or something as well. But I think I only paid about £4 or £5 for this. It does say not to be sold separately on the back, but they sold it to me separately. But either way, I've been really enjoying Final Fantasy II, as I say, so looking forward to getting into this one. I'm sure it'll be good fun. I really like the cover art on this. Definitely needs a new box because it's a bit beaten up, but I've got a few spares, so that'll be fine. This next one, I kind of got lucky, or at least I think I got lucky with it. It's not all there, but I was actually in a game store here in the UK. Why they just call themselves Game, I don't know. Nightmare to find their stuff online. But that's Yu-Gi-Oh! GX Tag Force 3. Now, I'd been browsing the CEX website and saw they sold this for £22. And Game had like, I don't know, maybe 7 games in, and they were all Championship Manager and Football Manager. But then they also had this for £6. And I knew it was supposed to be 22 in CEX, so I picked it up. Now, it came with the manual and the disc, but it didn't come with what I think is supposed to be 3 limited edition game cards, which I'm a bit gutted about. But when I only paid £7 for it, and it's worth a lot more, or at least it seems to be over here, the PAL version, I couldn't resist. So I haven't had a chance to play this yet, but I've played the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game and the app on the phone, and I really enjoy that, so I'm sure this will be a lot of fun. I know these go for quite a bit, so people obviously enjoy them, or at least I hope that's why they go for quite a bit. I hope it isn't just because there isn't many of them about. But yeah, looking forward to getting into that one. Let me know if you've played this down in the comments. I'd love to know if it's worth getting into. Next up's Rock Band Unplugged. I already had a copy of this, but it was 50p, and I absolutely love it. It's actually one of my favourite games on the PSP. I'm huge into Rock Band and Guitar Hero and all that sort of stuff on the consoles, like the Xbox and the PS3, PS4, whatever. I really like the latest Guitar Hero Live as well. That has the double fret thing on the guitar itself. It's really fun, but this is super good. It's like you use buttons on the PSP rather than like any kind of external thing like they had for the DS, and it's just great. Like the songs on it are fantastic. You've got AFI, Blink-182, Bon Jovi, Foo Fighters, Boston, Jackson 5, Nirvana, Pearl Jam, Weezer, The Who. Loads of great songs. There isn't very many that I hadn't heard or didn't enjoy. Like a lot of Guitar Hero games have a lot of like just stuff thrown in there that isn't necessarily that great because they couldn't get the licenses for. But yeah, if you're into this kind of stuff, I'd seriously check this out. You can get it for pretty cheap. I think I paid £2 for it on eBay, and I got this for 50p at CEX if you're in the UK. So keep an eye out for it. Really fun game, definitely worth checking out. Next up is God of War Chains of Olympus. Don't really need to say anything about this. God of War games are always fun. First party PSP games, generally always pretty good. Unfortunately it's the Platinum version, but I think it was £2, so again, got it for really cheap. It is complete, but I would definitely like to get the non-Platinum version somewhere down the line. Also picked up Medieval Resurrection. I used to play the first Medieval game on the PlayStation 1 and really enjoyed it. This looks to be pretty similar to that, to be honest. Probably similar graphics as well, because obviously with it being a PS1 game originally. So I don't think it's a direct copy of the original PS1 game. I think it's a new story. Again, I'm not sure on that. Let me know in the comments, but really looking forward to getting into that because I always really enjoyed that game as a kid, so should be good fun. I also picked up MX vs ATV Untamed. To be honest, I played this and it isn't that fantastic, but it was £1, I think, an LA racing game, so I thought why not go for it. I am trying to go for a complete PSP collection eventually, so I figured why not just pick it up. It is kind of okay, like it's got good vehicles and stuff, but the graphics really aren't that great considering what the PSP can actually do, so if you see it for cheap, pick it up, but I wouldn't recommend it if it's like £5 or up. Next up is a game that I've been hunting for since the day I got my PSP and really didn't want to buy it online because the prices were ridiculous. I think it was like 30 quid. And that is Metal Slug Anthology. They actually had this at the CEX closest to my girlfriend's parents' house for £12, I think it is. And I mean, £12 for the games you get in here. You get Metal Slug 1, 2, X, 3, 4, and 5, and 6. So, I mean, there you go, 6 games. There's 7 games. Yeah, 7 games. I'm not good at counting. For £12, and every single one is like a beautiful masterpiece. I love the art style in these games. They're so much fun. It is complete as well. It has the manual and the game inside, so I'm really happy with that. And I would highly recommend it if you can find it. Don't pay eBay prices though. Try and keep an eye out if you're in the UK at CEX stores. There is actually CEX online in America, so I don't know if you have these stores, but definitely keep an eye out for it. It's an absolutely fantastic game. All the anthology stuff they do on the PSP, like the Activision and the Sega Mega Drive collection, well worth picking up to have on the go on a trip or something like that. And I also picked up Hot Wheels Ultimate Racing because I forgot that what I actually thought it was Micro Machines, because I used to play those games a lot and they were really fun. This is okay. The car models don't look that great, to be honest. The tracks are kind of annoying and the way it handles isn't great. The cars handle aren't great. But I mean, it's an interesting game. I picked it up for I think £1, maybe £2. So I thought why not try it. It is complete as well, so for that price I didn't really mind paying a bit extra. So if you see it for cheap, pick it up. It's good to have. It is similar to the Micro Machines games, but definitely not as good. And finally for the PSP, I found this Breath of Fire 3. I haven't played any of the Breath of Fire games before, and I haven't actually had a chance to have a go of this one yet. But when I went to the counter to pay for it, the guy who worked there said if he'd seen it, he would have bought it before me, and he was kind of pissed off that I found it, so that was interesting. But it looks like a really good JRPG. It's made by Capcom, so I have faith that it'll be decent. And it was only £5, and I think it does go for more than that on eBay and stuff like that. I mean, everything goes for more on eBay, so. But yeah, I'm really interested to see what that ends up being like. It looks like a really fun game. It's probably what I'm going to get into next once I finish Final Fantasy II. So that's it for PSP games. I did pick up quite a few. I've spent a fortune on PSP stuff lately. I just can't resist picking stuff up when I see it because I know they're not going to be sold in stores for much longer, so I'm trying to get as much as I can. But now I'll move on to a score I got on the Facebook Marketplace, and I assume that's a worldwide thing, but obviously I'm in the UK. And somebody was selling a Game Boy Color, the green one, which is this color one. They wanted 20 quid for it, and it came with this really shady looking Pokemon Gold. I'll probably try and do a close-up of this so you can see it better later. And they wanted 20, so I kind of sneakily said, could I do 15 if I came and picked it up tonight? They were about 30 miles away from me, so it was a bit of a drive. But the guy said, yeah, it didn't come with a battery cover on the back, but I picked one up on eBay for like £2, maybe even less than that. The Pokemon Gold is fake, for anyone wondering, and if you're out there looking to buy it, it should come on a gold cart, not a grey cart. It plays terribly. It's got like the writing's Japanese or in English sometimes, it's not all there. Doesn't save properly, so interesting to have, like kind of a fun thing to have that I got for effectively nothing. But if you're looking to actually play it through, do make sure to get the gold cart because that is the official one. Since I got that, I picked up three Game Boy games to play on it so far. A couple of my friends said they have games they're going to give me as well, so I'm trying not to buy too much until I see what they have. But the first one I picked up was Tetris, just because I love Tetris. I paid £5 for this, which is more than I really wanted to pay, but I was just hyped to get some games to play on the Game Boy. And Tetris is really fun. It runs great on the Game Boy Color as well. It's really good fun, so really happy to have that. The next one I picked up was Star Wars. In case you can't tell, I'm kind of a huge Star Wars fan by my shirt as well. This was another one that I think I paid £4 for, a bit more than it's probably worth, to be honest, but it's good fun. It's got platforming elements and driving around elements. I'll probably show some gameplay footage of it so you can see what I'm talking about. But it's good fun. If you can find it for cheap and you're into Star Wars stuff, then it's definitely worth picking up. And finally is my favourite game for the Game Boy Color that I've picked up today or ever really seen, and that is Pokemon Pinball, which comes with a rumble pack on the top as well if you've got a AAA battery to put in it so it vibrates when you're playing it. And it's just so much fun. I think there's two tables that I've seen so far, though I'm sure I've seen people on YouTube play on more than that. And it's basic pinball, but eventually you get like one of the original 150 Pokemon, I think it's 150, anyway, pops up, and if you hit it 3 times with the ball, which is a Pokeball, you catch it, and it does have a Pokedex, so it's got like that kind of collecting all the Pokemon element to it. And the actual gameplay is really fun too. It's one of those pinball games where it's 2 different screens, so once you go into the top one, it quick cuts up to it, and I wasn't sure if I'd be a fan of that, but it's actually really good fun. I actually picked this up for £3. I don't know if it's because it's missing this cover, which I assume it does have a cover, or what, but it was a guy who was selling games for generally quite expensive, but this was only £3, and I absolutely love it. I've put the most hours into this, so would highly recommend that if you can pick it up for cheap. It's so much fun. And finally, I picked up an original Xbox from CEX. I've been wanting to get one for a while, as I had the PS2 when I was younger and never got a chance to play on an original Xbox. None of my friends had one either. CEX currently sell the base one with a controller and all the leads for £25, and I had a Battlefield 1 to trade in on the Xbox One against that, so it came to like £9 for the Xbox after that, so that was great. And then I picked up a few games for it too. I've got Grand Theft Auto San Andreas. I mean, what needs to be said about that? Absolute classic. This was £5 on its own, again from CEX. More than I'd want to pay. I'd love to have found it at a car boot for £1 or whatever, but I mean, this one is in like absolutely fantastic condition. It comes with the manual and the map. The game isn't in there because it's in my Xbox right now, and my receipt. But it came with everything. It doesn't really look like it's been touched, so to find it in this good condition this many years after it was released, I really couldn't turn that down for £5. It's so much fun, obviously. I also picked up Burnout Revenge, and I've got a few of the Burnout games for the PS2, but they're all scratched to hell and they don't play very well. And my PS2 is playing up at the minute, and so I've been playing this a lot on the Xbox. It's so much fun. I've been watching Metal Jesus play this with one of his friends, and I never played the Burnout original games when they came out, so I thought I'd pick this up. It is a lot of fun. I love driving games, whether it's simulation or arcade. This is an arcade one, and I seriously recommend picking it up if you haven't already got it. I also picked up Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell, but to be completely honest with you, I only picked this up for the mod that you can do to the Xbox to like open it up to put on like NES games and emulators and stuff like that. I haven't done it yet, but this was only £1, so I figured £1 and then I can do the mod once I get the USB thing for it. So why not? And it's a good game, you know, I like Splinter Cell too. I also picked up Halo Combat Evolved and Halo 2. Obviously I had to pick these up. One was £1 and one was 75p, which seems ridiculous to me considering the 2 of the most popular games on the system. Again, they're CEX are trying to shift their Xbox games. A lot of stores over here now don't even sell them at all, so was really happy to get those. I also picked up the original Forza Motorsport. I've never actually played this, so I really want to. Again, love racing games. Love Forza series on the Xbox One and the 360, so could not resist picking that up. I also got Time Splitters 2. Obviously a classic. I never played 2, I've only ever played Time Splitters 1 with my friends back in the day, but really looking forward to getting into that. It's an FPS game for those of you that don't know, and it just looks like a load of fun, and I really want to play it. In fact, that's what I might do after I've finished editing this video. I also picked up Project Gotham Racing 2. I played the one that came out on release on the Xbox 360, and really enjoyed that, so I figured why not. Again, this was £1 or something. It's the classics thing, which I try to avoid, as was Forza actually. But again, it was £1, so I thought just to build at the start of a collection, why not? And then last but not least, I also picked up Fable: The Lost Chapters. It is again an Xbox classic, but I never played the first Fable game. I played 2 and 3 and loved them on the 360. So I figured I would pick this up too. I'm sure it'll be a lot of fun. It is complete, as are all the Xbox games I picked up actually. And that's it. So this has been my pickups video. I'd love to know what you think of it. I've never done one of these before. It's kind of like show and tell though, so I love that kind of stuff. For those of you that don't know and may just be watching this video, I'm a disabled YouTuber, I suppose you'd say. I've got Charcot-Marie-Tooth disease, so I spend a lot of my days making videos for YouTube because I can't work a conventional job. And most of that time is spent making music videos. I have a music channel that I've been posting on a lot this year, like at least 2 videos a week. So I'll link that down below if you're interested. I play acoustic guitar, I've got an EP out at the minute and stuff like that. And I do a lot of covers over there too, so you can check that out. But I'm looking to start up this gaming channel and take it a bit more seriously and post some more videos. So other than telling me I talk at 200 miles an hour, if you've got any requests or comments or critiques of how I've done this video, I would love to hear them so I can get better and make better videos. I'm interested to see if this lapel mic that I bought has been good for this video. I guess I'll see when I get to editing it, because I just picked it up to give it a try because my phone mic is terrible. Anyway, I'm rambling on. I really hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, don't forget to drop a like down below or a dislike if you didn't like it, but leave me a comment and let me know why. You can also subscribe to see more videos like this. I do gameplay videos and I'm going to start doing these pickup videos more often too. So thank you so much for watching, guys. Bye!